Okay, students, so this is everything that you should have gotten in your bag for your Mousetrap Car kit. So you should have instructions, 4 clear wheels, 1 piece of Kevlar string, a mousetrap that is already prepared with the thin brass, 2 pieces of balsa wood, 2 brass, 1 with a zip tie already attached, 4 washers, and 4 rubber things. You should have already in prepared mousetrap. So what you should have is this long brass tubing with the locking bar already in place. So that's done. So let's move on to the next one. You're actually going to skip number 2 and do it after 3. So here we are doing 3 first, 2 after. Okay, so we're going to do 1, which is already done, then 3, then 2. So I'm going to start with mounting the axles. So the first thing I'm going to do is put the one with the zip tie on first. So you put the one with the zip tie through one of the holes of the balsa wood. You add on a metal washer, and then at the end, a black grommet rubber thing. So you got to push hard though, because these can be kind of difficult to get on, but trust me, they'll get on. So, all right, so we got that one. It should fit just on the edge. And that's where our wheels are going to go. So let's do the same thing with another piece of balsa wood. So I'm just going to put this second one on. Again, the metal washer. And then a black grommet. And again, push hard. Okay, so let's do the same thing with the front. So this metal washer. And again, you want these black things just to the edge. See, I don't push them down any further. They just go on the edge. And then lastly, this one. And so now we have completed step 3, mounting the axles. Okay, so we've just completed part 3, which was mounting the axles. So we already have all 4 of our washers and all 4 rubber stoppers on the end. So now we are going back to part 2, because remember we're doing 3 first, then 2. So we're going to go to gluing the frame onto the 2 pieces of balsa wood. So first thing, if you notice, this is the back of your car. The one with the zip tie is the back. You want this long brass piece to be facing the front of your car. So you want it to be like this. See how this piece is facing away from my zip tie? That's exactly what I want. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put 2 beads of glue just along these sides, and then I'm going to put a piece of tape over it. So that way, as I glue it on, I can tape it to the side so it'll stay there while it dries. Now, it doesn't matter where these are while you glue it, because you can always slide it back to center once you glue it on. So don't worry too much about where your 2 pieces of balsa wood are. The important thing is that they line up with the edges of this, and don't touch this too much just to avoid getting glue on your outside washers. So let's first put some glue on it. So just put a line.
More on the edge.
All right, so you just want to cover up that edge nicely. This way, should I do it? Ooh, that's a lot. I didn't realize this glue takes forever. Oh, is that okay? I got some on the edge. All right, so it's fine if you get some off the edge. Okay, so now I'm going to take this piece of tape and just apply it right across here. So again, this is what's going to keep it in place while the glue dries. Okay, so I'm first going to focus on one side. Let's say, for instance, I'll focus on this side. So I want to, again, the important thing is that it lines up nicely. So let's line it up. And then once you have that nice line, go ahead and tape it down. And then you can do that same thing with the other side. So let's make sure we have that nice line and tape it down. So if you put too much glue on, like I've done, just go ahead and wipe off all the excess. You want it to be nice and smooth right along that side. So let's just wipe off the excess glue on that side and on this side. And white glue is fine for this. You don't need super glue or any sort of crazy tacky glue. White glue will hold it just fine. Okay, so we have now gone through steps 1 through 3. We've prepared the mousetrap, we've made the frame, and we've mounted the axles. So we're going to skip attaching the wheels. I actually recommend that you do that step last. Attach the wheels the last thing you do. We're actually going to move on to attaching the axle hook. And the first thing we're going to do is tying a loop knot. So this loop is what's going to catch on that zip tie in the back. So let's first go through. So the loop is going to catch on to right here. See how it catches nice like that? That's what the loop is for. Okay, so what we're first going to do is talk about how to tie a loop knot. So they give you a nice illustration there, but in case you still need some further instruction, you fold it in half sort of like that. So this is going to be my loop. And then all you do is just tie your loop. So see how I'm just bringing the fold just through and then pulling it tight overhand. What? Overhand. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. We got it. And now we have our loop. Okay, so now we're going to talk about measuring this string so it's just long enough so it'll come off. Now this is a really, really important part because you want that string to come off so this wheels will continue spinning even after this is rolled off. First part, you want to make sure this little knot in your zip tie is facing straight up. All right, so you don't want it facing back or forward, just straight at you. So it's facing straight up. Now, you can go ahead and clasp your loop onto that and then pull the string back just to where the loop is coming out of that front small brass tube. So see, I'm bringing it just to here. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Sharpie. So I want it right there. I'm going to take a Sharpie and mark my string. Okay, so you want to do something so you mark that. Don't cut it because remember you have to tie that. So I'll mark it and I'll fold it. So that'll tell me exactly where I want that knot to be tied.